welcome to Big V TV. Great to have you with us for a Thursday night. Steve Chalmers sitting at the desk with me, and tonight, love this time of the year because we are closing in on the business end of the season for the youthies, and no doubt we'll do this for the seniors probably, next week?
Next week.
Fantastic.
Might be a week after. Playing
Okay.
Coach of the Month next week.
We are looking at the run home and what we think is going to happen from here. So sit back, listen in, here we go. Youth League 2 women, there's the current ladder.
Well, as you can see, Casey on top with a good margin. Pakenham second, Southern Penn, Blackburn and Frankston rounding out the current playoff positions.
Yes.
Obviously it's a top five. You can see Whittlesea and Western Port just on the fringe. And that's what we want to talk about in this division. Blackburn, Frankston, Whittlesea and Werribee. They're four teams that are battling probably for the final two finals spots.
You don't think Sherbrooke and Mornington have got a chance? They do have one win between them in 26 games.
I think they just missed the cut.
Just miss out. I'll tell you what, Werribee won't make it either, Steve. I think you're probably being a little bit kind there. So we're looking at Blackburn, Frankston and Whittlesea and Western Port for two spots, those four teams.
Well, if you look at some of the key fixtures coming up, there's the four teams and their upcoming fixtures.
Have we put that up? Is that up?
They're up.
Yep.
Obviously, they've got 18 rounds, so they've still got 5 fixtures each to go. If you look at them based off a schedule, the toughest schedule between those four teams is Frankston and Western Port.
Yes.
They're tied in terms of the toughest schedule to come, whereas the easiest schedule is Blackburn.
So you think Blackburn will stay in there?
And more importantly for Blackburn, they've got 2 matchups out of their 5 games against those other 3 oppositions. So they're crunch time games. They can win both of them and they are safe.
Team to watch for me, look out for Hayley Wind.
Okay, and the Whittlesea Pacers.
Keep an eye on them.
Certainly got a good amount of size out there to match it with the best teams.
Let's go to Youth League 2 men. There's the current ladder sitting up there behind us.
Top 6 in Youth League 2 men. Still a host of fixtures to go. Frankston, Melton, Craigieburn, and even Collingwood to an extent, and Pakenham if you want to go even one further. They're probably safe. I think Mornington's spot is up for grabs, and especially the injury to Lockie Bazik puts that right up in the air. Western Port and Keysborough are the 2 teams closest to take that 6th and final spot.
Keysy haven't been in good form.
You have mentioned Keysborough over the last number of weeks that they've just been struggling a touch. If you have a look at the fixtures coming up for Mornington, Western Port and Keysborough, a heap of fixtures there. If you go back onto their schedule, the toughest schedule between those 3 teams is in fact the Keysborough Cougars, whereas Mornington have the easiest schedule.
Can the Steelers just split the gap and maybe sneak in? Who knows? But look, I think whoever finishes 6th, dare I say it, I think they're just making up the numbers.
Won't be doing much in the postseason.
Anyway, hey, you set out the start of the season, try and make finals. So
correct.
Rightio, Youth League 1 women. There's the current ladder up on screen, and I think the top 3 are locked away.
Yes.
I think that's fair to say. But geez, the battle for 4th is red hot.
Well, correct. Interesting spot, Youth League 1 women. Obviously, just the top 4 go through to play postseason basketball. Camberwell, McKinnon and Corio Bay. We mentioned it last Friday that they had interesting fixtures in round 13. Corio Bay slipped up a touch. Obviously, they didn't have Teagan Tatlock last weekend. You look at Camberwell's fixtures, they have McKinnon at home and also Corio Bay at home in the run of 5 games remaining. If they win both of those games, I think they're safe as well.
Yes.
You look at the toughest schedule between the 3 teams, Corio Bay have that. McKinnon do in fact have the easiest schedule between those 3 teams. They play Eltham and Chelsea and also Craigieburn, which are the bottom 3 sides.
Are you writing Craigieburn off at 5 and 8? You think can't make it?
They've got a lot of games to go. So I think just not only must-win games, but also a tight clog of games in a short space of time could be tough for them.
Keilor, Sunbury, Geelong look safe. Who do you think sneaks into that 4th spot? Who are you backing?
I'm tempted to say Corio's done, but just due to their nature of the schedule to come. Camberwell and McKinnon, it could come down to the final round or 2.
Can I put this on the table? McKinnon's senior women cannot make finals. Can't make it. To Chelsea, for McKinnon, do they just turn around to Chelsea Branston and just go
full time?
You're just purely focused on youth and getting us into finals. If Chelsea Branston plays every game from here for McKinnon,
could make it, yeah.
Could or will? She's a very good player.
Can't write off Campbell at the same time.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Let's go to Youth League 1 men. There's the current table, and gee, you have a look at that. And I know we're on the run home. Is it done?
Well, Camberwell and Ballarat sit outside the top 6, as you can see on screen. Obviously, we've got 2
I think Ballarat were pretty good last week.
They were. They won 2 games last weekend. Sunbury and Waverley, obviously, the 2 breakaway leaders.
Yes.
So they've got a clear margin on the rest of the
You
competition.
think Sunbury's safe?
Yeah, just by a fraction.
Just by a fraction.
But if you look at the fixtures come for Camberwell and Ballarat, you notice Warrandyte are in 6th spot, holding down the last playoff spot.
Won their last 2. Last weekend won both games.
Correct.
Warrandyte.
Ballarat have Warrandyte this weekend at home.
Mm-hmm.
Crunch time game. Camberwell in the last round have Warrandyte at home. So for the Venom, they're 2 really important games.
Win those, they're home.
Win those and it's done.
Right, okay. Do you think it's done?
I think the advantage that these 2 teams have is that they're playing the Venom both at home. So they're on the road twice in 2 crunch time games. And you know that home court advantage can be a significant thing coming into the final few rounds and into postseason basketball.
Going to be a great run home, no doubt about it. Let's go to Molten VYC Women. Of course, we've got 2 divisions in this. We've got the Terrell and the Watson, or conference I should say. There's the ladders in each. Now when we get to finals, it's crossover 1v4, 2v3, 3v2, 4v1. So whichever way you want to look at that. Mm-hmm. Gee, what do you think?
Well, this one's super interesting. If you look at the Terrell conference to start with, the top 4 teams looked done and dusted from an early date.
Well, Sandringham's cleared out.
But Knox is the team that's really finding some form, and they're starting to push the likes of Altona, Nuttawading and Diamond Valley. They've won 5 straight games, the Raiders.
What do you do? Eliana Bravington's obviously having a great season, and she'll be running around for the youth. She's only 16, so she's running around. What do you do with Leah Santamaggio?
Well, that's the important...
Because their senior team should finish in the top 2 in state champ women.
Top 2, but first and second there is still up for grabs.
Yep.
So she's going to be playing a lot of basketball over the last few weeks. I think she plays both at as many occasions as possible.
Okay. When there's a clash?
Not sure. That's completely up to Knox.
What do you think of the Watson Conference?
Watson Conference is certainly a lot tighter. Melbourne and Kilsyth there seem to just be hanging on to their 3rd and 4th playoff spots without playing some super consistent basketball. Mm-hmm. We just want to touch on Knox and Waverley. They're the 2 teams sitting outside the 4. Yep. They actually play each other in the final round.
Okay.
Knox and Waverley. So if either team is
one
gunning
of them could knock each other
for
out.
the playoff positions, potentially, that's exactly right. One team could actually knock the other team out of making the postseason.
Is this the year that Ringwood finally rewards themselves in this competition? Because they've been consistently good the last few years.
I think it could be. From memory, 2016 they finished on top. May have only lost 1 game. Got bundled out in a semi-final.
Yeah.
Last year they were strong as well. Got bundled out again. This year could be the year.
And it is the cutthroat nature of VYC. Let's go to VYC men with thanks to Molten. There's the 2 conferences, the Terrell and the Watson. That's the way the ladders currently sit. And we'll talk more about the Watson in just a moment. But that Terrell conference in particular, wow.
Just crazy, isn't it? Just, you look between top and bottom, there is not much of a margin between those 8 teams. The race is well and truly on. You can't even lock in one position. It's around 14.
I think Dandenong's fine. I think Eltham, you would think, will be good. Nuttawading, look, they should make it from here.
Nuttawading spent the first 7 or 8 rounds on the bottom.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Got guns back though. That McKinnon down to Sherbrooke. Write your own ticket on it. I mean, anything could happen.
Who knows? You look at some of the key fixtures coming up over the last 3 rounds.
Even this weekend.
Yeah, there's 4 fixtures this weekend that could completely change up the current ladder. McKinnon take on Nuttawading.
Yes.
Sherbrooke versus Melbourne.
Yes.
Ringwood battle Knox.
Yes.
And Nuttawading have a double header back at home against Dandenong. That's just this weekend.
Well, if Nuttawading got both this weekend, they're in.
Safe. You'd think so.
McKinnon has to win. And as you said there, Sherbrooke against Melbourne is 8th against 5th.
That's nearly a win or go home.
And Ringwood against Knox is 6th against 7th. So
yeah, It's an extremely tight battle between that Terrell Conference.
Do you want to take a punt? I shouldn't say punt. We don't.
No, of course
we
not.
obviously don't bet on Big V basketball.
A prediction?
Would you like to take a stab in the dark, Steve?
Dandenong make it, Eltham make it,
Yes.
Nuttawading make it. I think those three will be within the top 4. In terms of the other 5, maybe couldn't tell you. It's
Pretty
just
tight,
far
isn't it?
too hard.
Quickly, the Watson.
Bulleen, 2 important wins last weekend, puts them and solidifies their top spot.
With thanks to your
Prospect.
motivation.
Yes. Hawthorn just slipping at the moment, and Kilsyth are catching them. I think Kilsyth will end up in 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Hawthorn and Keilor may take 3rd and 4th spots.
Jakey Heath. They're backfiring.
Could have
for
a lot to
Blackburn.
do with Blackburn's last 3 rounds.
Sandringham DV Altona out.
I believe so.
There you go. There's the run home, and that Terrell Conference in VYC men, that is the one to watch over the next couple of weeks. Coming up tomorrow night, we're back at the desk. We're looking at round 14, all the big games right across all 12 divisions. As we said at the top of the show, we'll do something similar, the run home for the senior divisions in the next couple of weeks. Have a good night. What are you up to tonight? What are you doing? Just
probably prepping,
pottering around,
prepping for tomorrow night's previews.
Of course you will.
Want to make sure I get game of the round
yes.
right for once. I've had 14 goes at it.
Yeah, he'll get stuck into that at about 5:20 tomorrow afternoon. Trust me. We'll see you tomorrow night on Big V TV. Have a great night.